Welcome to the Spider-Verse and Timone show at the same time because they're just warping the freaking space-time continuum. And I'm here today with my guests Jordan and Giuseppe. How's it going today, guys?
It's going pretty good.
I just saw Spider-Verse for the second time. These guys just saw it for the first time. Thoughts and opinions before we jump into synopsis and spoilers and all that jazz.
I think that it was really good. The art style was really visually interesting, and I like their choices for soundtrack.
Oh man, we'll get into that soundtrack later. So I'm gonna have to express how hype that shit gets me.
But you? I thought it was pretty dope. I like the whole storyline and everything. Thought it was really cool about the continuum and everything and dimensions going together. I just spoiled stuff. But it's okay.
No, it's going to. It's already gonna be spoilers. This movie's like a month old.
True.
Man, it's just dude, it blows you away. Like as soon as before the movie even starts, it's already tripping you out, dude. The Columbia Pictures thing is tweaking out. You know, I was like, oh man, dude. As soon as I saw this shit the first time, I was like, dude, I didn't expect my mind to be blown away right away. And it doesn't even start out with Miles Morales. It starts out with Chris Pine, Peter Parker. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I didn't know there was gonna be two fucking Peter Parkers in this shit. But I know Spider-Man Noir or Nick Cage is a Peter Parker, but I didn't think there was gonna be two fucking red and blue suit Peter Parkers in the movie, you know. And I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, dude, like when you're watching the movie, dude, it does the panel art, so it's like looks like it's jumping from panel to panel, and then sometimes it does the whole page turning thing, so it's just like you're reading a comic book on the big screen, and they just can't make anything. They'll never make anything that good again. Or like they'll think the second one's going to be probably the same thing, especially with that spoiler at the end, or that teaser at the end.
I'm interested to see where they go with that. Like, is Spider-Man 2099 going to be like the villain of the next movie, or is he going to be like the catalyst for it? Like, I don't know where it's going, but I'm interested.
I think they're going to find a way to explore the multiverse without disrupting the whole space-time continuum.
I mean, there was also that thing where Gwen comes through and like, Miles, you got time?
Yeah, at the very end, she's all like, hey, you want to hang out? And no one is hanging out with my boy UK Spidey. Like, they don't give a fuck about UK Spidey.
Well, they gotta save some for the next movie.
Let's look at this bad boy.
He's very beautiful.
It's like the best toy I've ever owned.
Dude, that's a suit in like the Spider-Man game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'm gonna start breaking down the movie scene by scene, and then you guys can just jump in and be all like, yeah, that was the motherfucking shit, or like that was the worst scene ever at goddamn cinema, or whatever. So yeah, it starts out before the movie, Columbia Pictures tweaking out, all sorts of glitches are going on, and you're right away you're like, oh man, this movie's gonna be fucking insane. And then it starts out, the first song in the soundtrack is like, all right, this is cool. It's a Post Malone, but we don't give a fuck about Post Malone. Like, he has good music, but he's a homeless dude that makes good music. So, like, I like him. And then it goes right into Chris Pine. He's all like, I'm the only Spider-Man that ever was, and my life is great, dude. I fucking made a Christmas album. I did I did everything that's in every Spider-Man movie that's been out before this one. I danced. I did I got a shitty popsicle. He's like doing living the dream, dude. Me and Mary Jane got it going on, dude. I'm like, what was he, like 29 when he died?
26?
20. He's in his mid to late 20s, dude. He's living the dream. And because I know Jake Johnson or whatever the dude's name
The
is.
Amazing Spider-Man.
The Jake Johnson, he's 10 years older than the Chris Pine Spider-Man. So
I mean, he said he'd been doing it for like 22 years or something.
yeah.
But I would like. I think Chris Pine Spider-Man said that he'd only been doing it for like 10 years or something.
He was doing it for 20, and I think the other Spider-Man was doing it for 30 or
No, I think it was lower than that because he was 26 when he died. So he must have gotten those powers when he was like 15, 16 or whatever.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he gets them when he's like 14 or something. Yeah, so he was only doing it for just a short time, 10 or so years.
Yeah.
But definitely the Jake Johnson, he was at it for a while.
Yeah.
And
he went through that whole storyline where he and Mary Jane actually do get separated, which is kind of dumb, but
how they break down everybody's intro is really good too. They throw down a comic book and saying like, all right, here's my origin story, and they do it real quick. Like each one probably lasts less than 5 minutes, and they do it real quick. So they it's just like boom. It's like they barely do the Uncle Ben thing, but they do. There's like great power, great responsibility. Like they just show him walking off into the light, and and then when they introduce they go right in. They introduce him. Then it goes into Miles kicking it in his room. He's late for school. He's going to like a school that you stay at you just stay there the whole time all week. And then you get a good solid foundation of how his family is. Like you get like his dad and his mom are fucking cool. Like it seemed like a real family.
Yeah.
And you right away you get Miles both his black side and his Puerto Rican side. It's because he's like, oh, hasta luego, mi madre, like whatever, doing all that shit. But then he's walking through the hood, just fucking being that dude, like walking past his old classmates from the school that he doesn't go to anymore.
And that bitch is like, Miles, we missed you. And it's like, wait a sec.
Yeah.
You missed me?
Yeah. And then you don't tie your shoes and you fucking slip and fall right in front of your dad when you're slapping your graffiti. Hello, my name is.
Then he's like, you gotta take these off. You gotta scrape these off on the weekend. It's like, no. Then there's that bullshit when he's dropping them off like, whoop, whoop. Miles, I love you.
He's like, Dad, run this red light, dude, because I know these kids. It's embarrassing.
Then he's just like, I'm not leaving till you say it. Fine. Dad, I love you.
I love you, Dad.
That's a copy.
His dad's hilarious. He's like, he reminds me of my friend Levada's dad when we were growing up as kids. Like, except you never see Miles Morales' dad just like walk around in his drawers the whole time. Like when you're sitting there playing Road Rash for Sega Genesis. Like, did your dad ever put his clothes on? He's like, nah, it's Saturday.
Then we get introduced to like Miles' school life, and he's like, "Oh, I'm late."
Yeah, then he sucks. He totally sucks at this school, right? And you can tell that he was the shit at his old school, and like nothing. Now he's at this new school. He just sucks dick at this fucking school.
Right. He's like, every time he goes to raise his hand, all his classmates have their hand up first. And he's like, you can just tell this guy's going through a crisis of confidence.
Yeah.
Which kind of lasts the whole movie, really.
It totally does. And that's when it's totally an underdog movie. And because it totally is an underdog movie because he's hanging out with all these other Spider-Men that are all the shit. Like as soon as they introduce Gwen Stacy, or not Gwen Stacy in general, but when she's dressed up as Ghost Spider, that's what I'm gonna call her, even though she says she's Spider Girl or whatever. It's Ghost Spider currently in the comics, and that's what I'm gonna go by anytime I talk about her. But as soon as they introduce her, dude, she's kicking Peter Parker's ass, Miles' ass, and fucking Olivia Octavius's ass all at the same time. So as soon as they introduce her, dude, she's like, they're like, all right. And then you're gonna hear all sorts of outrage on the internet, dude. Like, oh my god, they Mary sued the shit out of fucking Ghost Spider coming in here, fucking, oh dude, SJWs are at it again. You know, like you're gonna hear all that shit. They're gonna be in an uproar, you know. And
That's feminism gone too far.
And then they're gonna be super mad that Miles doesn't get the kiss at the end. Pulling this shit up right here. They're gonna be mad that this shit doesn't happen, you know.
Wow, dude, spoilers. I haven't read the Ultimates yet.
But either way, this shit's way older than the movie. but anyway, yeah, you're gonna he's at the end before she jumps to her universe, he's all like, yeah, so friends, right? And she's all like, yeah, dude, till the end, you know, whatever, corny bullshit. And but we're not there yet. So Miles is kicking it he sneaks out of school. He's like, fuck school, dude, I'm gonna hang out with my fucking supervillain uncle.
Whoa. Whoa. Not yet.
He doesn't know that his uncle's supervillain, but they're kicking it. You know, they're having a good family heart to heart. You know, Miles is pounding on the bags, and then Aaron's flipping through Miles's little notebook, looking at all his graffiti sketches, and he's like, "Oh shit, you're holding out on me, boy, dude. I'm gonna take you to the dopest spot in Brooklyn to fucking. We're gonna make this shit happen." He's like, "Bet." I mean, there's a little bit back and forth. He's like, "No, I gotta do my homework. I gotta do this again." And then after a while, he's like, "All right, dude, bet." We're going. And he does. He takes us to the dopest spot. And, during the opening credits, the number 42 is flashing all over the place. Spoiler alert, anybody doesn't know, 42 is the number of the spider that bites Miles in the comics. And it's the same spider that bites him in the movie. This spider's just kicking it because apparently this spot's underneath Fisk Tower. That's how Miles' uncle actually knows about it, dude. It's like right around the corner from this collider that they're building. And you find that out the next day. Yeah, they're just kicking it, dude. They're doing all this spray painting. The fucking spider comes down, bites Miles. Miles spends the whole next day just freaking out, dude. He's fucking he rips out a bunch. He doesn't rip out Gwen's hair, but he gets stuck to her hair. She has to get it fucking shaved, and it looks cool throughout the rest of the movie. And then but then he can't control anything that's happening, dude. The fucking security guard's like, "I knew you stuck the fuck out last night." You get Miles like, "Get the fuck out of here!" "No, I didn't." And he just dips on him. Tries to hide out in his office. Tries to hide out in the security guard's office. Gets out of there. We'll play the Christmas album. Because it distracts the security guard. He's slightly embarrassed. But either way, Miles has no idea what he's doing. He's just fucking falling out of windows, sticking to walls, getting caught on pigeons. Just going crazy, and he eventually somehow lands up going back into his dorm room, like miraculously.
But not until Wanda sees him.
Yeah, Wanda sees him. Well, she already knew because she had the whole spider sense thing.
Yeah, but we didn't know that.
Yeah, we didn't know that. Yeah, but she already knew, so she's not like, "All right, so this kid just became Spider-Man like yesterday." I get it. Because she said she had only been Spider-Man for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole coincidence of Miles just happened to finding the comic that basically outlines Peter's whole life. Like
they had the exact same dialogue. It was like, "Stop sticking, stop sticking. All right, keep sticking, keep sticking." They had the exact same dialogue, so he's all like, "It's like, oh." Yeah, that was some plot convenience, but like, of course, there's Spider-Man comics though, because like when Chris Pine was talking about how famous his Spider-Man was, dude, man, we're all he hasn't even died yet. All right, Spider-Man's about to die. In this, Spider-Man swinging around in this collider, not because Miles ends up going back to that spot to find the spider that bit him because he's been freaking out, and then he sees all this shit going down out the way, and then like Spider-Man swinging around, Green Goblin comes busting in. He's like, holy shit, dude, Green Goblin. That's Ultimate Green Goblin, by the way. Ultimate Green Goblin does look like that in the comic books. He's like very fucking scary. A lot of people don't like the image, but I'll fucking pull him up here.
Yeah, I was confused at first because I hadn't read any Ultimates, so I was like,
yeah,
wait, isn't Green Goblin just a guy in a suit?
No, dude, Ultimate Green Goblin is terrifying. Here's his first appearance right here.
Oh, damn. Where are his wings?
Oh, yeah, he doesn't have that shit, dude. Like, I'm just saying, dude, this dude's terrifying in the comics, and like a lot of people don't like his design. Like this is what everybody knows and loves right here. You know,
right?
That's what everybody knows and loves right there.
Hey man, my first introduction to Green Goblin was fucking
Tobey Maguire movies.
Yes.
Fucking what's it? Willem Dafoe.
Yes, Willem Dafoe. His Green Goblin suit. It was just like, oh. I'm joking. I'd seen like the animated series. Never seen it in English though, because when I was watching it, I was living in Sicily, so I only got like the Italian version.
Here's how he looks on the cartoon. Here's how he looks on the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
He looks like fucking Etrigan.
He does kind of look like Etrigan. You right. I think there's a picture right here with him with wings. No, that's just him getting his ass beat.
You know, as Norman does.
Yeah, so Ultimate Green Goblin and Ultimate Spider-Man are just fucking tearing each other apart. Here's another one of him right here throwing goblin bombs and shit.
Oh, look at that adorable goblin glider.
So they're duking it out. They're having a oh man, dude, it doesn't even look like Spider-Man's gonna make it because then the Prowler jumps in. And you're like, oh, fuck, dude, how he's got to fight two guys. He was barely handling himself against Green Goblin and trying to get the goober in, the little fucking slot. You know, Spider-Man's a little old school, man. If there was some hair around it, he would have got it right in. You know? Spider-Man's old school, man. You guys don't know, man.
Let's just talk about, though.
Maybe
even though Green Goblin was on screen for like maybe 5-10 minutes, it was the best appearance of Green Goblin in any movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. Willem Dafoe played a great Harry Osborn, but but he should have had like some sort of like face paint or like a mask that like like a prosthetic mask, so you could get his awesome facial expression, dude. Because that's half of Willem Dafoe is his face is so batshit crazy.
Right. That's where his great performances come from.
Yeah, and oh man.
And let's not even talk about that bullshit that was the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I've had high hopes for the Amazing Spider-Man franchise because I really enjoyed the first one. Like they had the lizard or whatever, and like it was cool. Speaking of lizard, and Gwen Stacy's Earth, Peter Parker becomes the lizard, and she ends up killing him like when she's trying to like save him and stuff. So like.
That just makes you feel for Gwen. Just like
she kind of talks about it in this movie, but like
his best friend in the movie.
Yeah, it was his best friend, and they show him dead. They show him as the lizard in like a silhouette shadow, or whatever. And then they show him running in, and he's like already dead, like as Peter Parker. Yeah,
like that kind of surprised me because again, I've never read like any of the Spider-Man comics, but it was like, oh. That's a weird way to take that, but I like it. I liked it.
Yeah, dude, Spider Gwen's pretty cool. Way cooler than fucking that bullshit Gwenpool.
Oh god, that was a thing, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, dude, Gwenpool sucks. I'm gonna pull her up. Here's a good looking cover right there. Kicking it with Ghost Rider and some archery. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that archery girl is. But
looks like Hawkeye's like psychic or whatever.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she's wearing purple. That's fitting. Yeah.
That design looks so dumb.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Like Nothing about they're just trying to make all sorts of Gwen stuff just because people were obsessed with Gwen Stacy. Ooh, I was too. But then people always fail to forget about Betty Brant, dude. Betty Brant, dude. Peter Parker was dating her too, man. Like I think before Gwen Stacy or Mary Jane. Betty Brant was an intern at the Daily Bugle. She's in the Tobey Maguire movie, dude. Fucking.
Oh, was she the one? Was she
She's the one with the hair, like
yeah, Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah. That was Elizabeth Banks. That's why I loved her.
Yeah, that was Elizabeth Banks, man.
I love Elizabeth Banks ever since I seen her on Scrubs.
Oh my, yeah.
When she was JD's girlfriend for a while.
Dude, she was pretty good on 30 Rock too, as Jack Donahue's girlfriend / wife until she was kidnapped in North Korea. Wound up falling in love with her.
That's right. That did happen. Oh shit. All right, so
their tap communications just like
they're launching this collider. Kingpin's like launch the collider. Kingpin looks stupid as fuck in this movie too. Hold on. This is like everybody is awesome. Like fucking Miles looks exactly like my friend Kozar. Like in times where he has like the mask like right there, like pulled up and it just chilling on his forehead. Every time he's like that, he looks exactly like my buddy Kozar. But like every character design in this movie is really good. Prowler probably has the most scary, intimidating fucking design out of anybody, dude. Prowler was insane, but I'm gonna pull up Kingpin.
Dude, the fact that his shoulders were like 3 feet high. Oh my god.
Dude. Oh man, look at this figurine.
Right?
All right.
Like, how did that man fit anywhere? Like,
dude, that scene in the end when they're fighting on the subway and then Miles launches that taxi to fucking hit him and then he's holding the taxi. Kingpin's the same size as the taxi.
Yeah, he's just as wide as that taxi. No, and then they're like in an earlier scene when they're like at the company or whatever, they show Kingpin getting out of an SUV.
Yeah.
It was like, what the? How did he even fit in that?
He can't, dude. Like, they just fucking send him by like helicopter with like hoists and shit, dude.
Right?
Like, it's so big. Like, there's no way he can fit anywhere, dude. But they gave him a really good. Like, his backstory though in this movie is really good, and it's oh my god. Here's a Prowler figurine right here. That shit is dope. I want it.
That dude is intimidating as all hell.
Dude, every chase scene they have in this movie. This is the second time I saw it too, and I was still like, oh shit, like when after the collider goes off and Green Goblin sticks Spider-Man's face in it to bring all the Spider-Man into this reality. Because that's what it does. It takes like this collider they have. It takes like DNA samples because Kingpin, Kingpin's trying to use this collider to get his wife and son back because at one point he was trying to kill Spider-Man, the Chris Pine Spider-Man, and his family walked in on him trying to kill Spider-Man. And they're like, "No, fuck this, we're out," And then as they were running away, they got hit by a semi. This shit was like really dark. So he's using some of their DNA that he has somehow left over. He's Kingpin. He's got that shit. To search into alternate realities to steal his family from a whole nother Kingpin to have him live in his reality. So that's what. So this collider works on DNA samples. So when Green Goblin sticks Spider-Man's face in it, dude, it activates all these Spider-Men to start coming. And if you can find a scene. If you can find the scene where it shows all the Earths that's pulling from, it's actually accurate to the official like Marvel canon, which Earths they came from. So the Jake Johnson Earth came from Earth 616, so he's the Amazing Spider-Man that we all know and love, that we grew up with. And then they had the Peter Porker Spider-Ham and what like all of that shit. Huh?
You got a grinder?
No, I don't got a grinder.
Go
I got a tray.
Don't need it.
Oh my god. Amateurs.
I was just scared.
Dude, continue while I go put those pizzas in. We're at the fucking Spider-Man's about to die.
Oh, so all right. So the collider goes off, like Green Goblin's like shoving him in, and it like backfires, and everybody gets like blown back and blown away. So then it cuts to Miles again, and he's like, this point, he and Peter Parker have met, and they're like, and Peter's like, oh, you're like me. It's like, if you want, I can like show you the ropes, and just stay here right now, though. I gotta take care of this. So he's like fighting off Green Goblin and Prowler and like, you know, all that. But then it cuts to the battle's over and Peter Parker's like buried in rubble. Miles Morales finds him. He was like, don't worry, kid, I'll be fine. It's like, oh, that cough's not great. Then he was like, okay, Miles, I know you're scared and whatever, but you need to do this. You need to find a mask, keep hide your identity. Nobody can know. Fisk has has people everywhere. Miles is scared shitless. Then Peter hands him the goober, like, Miles, you could not let them fire this collider again. It'll create a black hole in Brooklyn. And so Kingpin and Prowler and was it Goblin? I think it was Goblin.
Yeah.
All walk up on Peter. Miles Morales is hidden at this point. And Prowler's about to kill Peter Parker, but Peter goes, don't you know what I saw? So that stops. So Kingpin stops Prowler.
The ceiling. You're right.
All right. What time is it?
7:23.
7:23, 15 minutes. All right.
So Peter Parker's like, I know what you're trying to do, Fisk. They're gone.
Oh.
And Fisk just gets really fucking mad and just slams his fist on Peter and kills him. Then he's like, hide the body. Then Miles, dumbass, makes a
noise. Shit's fucking, they're like, kill him. Fucking Prowler's on it, dude. He's like, boom. Miles is like, fuck, dude. He's in full adrenaline, full spider sense mode. Like, he's not even controlling his body, dude. It's just his fucking, he's running down the fucking, the railroad tracks, dude. At this whole fucking scene. This is the second time I've seen this shit, and I was like, still like, oh, fuck, dude, he's not gonna get away.
This scene was so intense. Like, you're like, oh my god, Prowler's got him. Prowler gets a bike out of like nowhere. Like, they're in the subway.
Every time he just pulls out a motorcycle, dude. I'm like, where the fuck did you get that? It can knock over mailboxes and shit, dude. Like the fucking the US. The big blue ones that you fucking stick packages and shit in, dude. Like he knocks those shits over with his motorcycle, dude. Like this, and the second time he grabs it.
Like the way Miles like escapes is like Prowler rides by him, and there you don't even see Miles, but there he is on that orange like big ass traffic cone or whatever.
Dude, so he's just like running, dude. He's fucking. They're dodging trains, like. This shit is crazy, dude. They're dodging trains. Like, Miles dodges 3 fucking trains, dude. He fucking dodges one. No, the other one's coming. He's like, whoa. And you don't know how the fuck Prowler got out of that one, but he's like, he dodged the first train, dude. He can dodge the second one. He's just fucking, let's be behind. No, he did dodge the third one when he jumped in front of it, when he made his last escape.
No. Miles jumped across the tracks for that train, and then they show Prowler, like, just standing there.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. He's there. He's all like, God
Yeah.
damn it, dude.
No, but then Miles is on street level, and there he comes with this goddamn bike. It's just like, where did that even come from?
Yeah.
Ugh. Scene was great though. I love like the way it was like composed and all the shot composition was great.
Dude, it's all like it's like I don't know, man. And some of the like the art style, I know there must have been some mocap for a lot of that shit. But dude, because a lot of it looked really real, dude. Like especially like Miles is walking down the streets of Brooklyn, just like slapping hands with his friends and shit.
Right.
And like a lot of there were some scenes with a lot. His dad seemed like he didn't move. His dad seemed like he moved to like more like
his movement was really like blocky.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it was like
like he
like it was like claymation or whatever, dude. Like stop motion. That's what I was thinking. Stop motion.
But you know, all this movie was done digitally, so
dude. Oh my god, it was done incredibly well.
Oh my god, it looks
The
so
graphics
good.
were crazy. Yeah.
Like when we were watching, I was whispered over to Tim's like, "Yo, bro, I want to watch this movie high."
Yeah,
It was great. Dude, let me tell you.
Yeah,
it was so trippy to me.
I got high before I went.
Yeah. You should have, bro. I really, if you guys would have left earlier, I
I
could.
I hit him up at like 3:05 or whatever. The movie was at 3:40. I hit him up at 3:05. I was all like, "Yo," he's like, "I'm running late."
I woke up at 2:30. I was like,
yeah, there was like nobody there. You know, there was like.
I mean, we had the
But there was kids behind us after we sat down. The kids ended up being behind us. I was like, God damn it.
Right? It sits down like right behind people. Because I walked in, I was like, okay, so we got 3 rows up that we can sit, or 3 rows. I was like, all right, perfectly right in the middle. Nobody's in front of us or behind us.
Yeah, it was nice, dude.
When I came back in from grabbing my drink, I like looked and I thought it was you guys. So I like walked up that road and then I turned around and walked back down. I'm like, oh, it's not them. There's 3 of them.
Yeah, you actually left during like an actual like not important part.
That's
like,
why
when you left. I was like, damn. There's an app. Did you know there's an app? Like
that lets you know. All right, this is the perfect time for a piss break.
During this part of the movie.
Dude, I just assumed like the first 15 minutes of that instead of dying for it, you know, so I'm like, I'm gonna go now and refill it before it gets to because after that, bro, it just took off. It was just an all movie. Like there was no time to do anything.
No, I kind of want to know what that app says about Infinity War because it's like, all right, no, sorry, no.
If you're taking like if you know it's gonna be quick, maybe like when they're analyzing Thor, you know, like that's about because that's just a bunch of jokes, like the angel pirate, like all that bullshit.
Like, all right, guys, that's fine. I'm gonna get a Bowflex. I'm gonna commit.
Probably the only time you can go to take a piss.
Dude, like the first time I saw it, I had to go like right when they were on like that planet with the soul stone. So I had just seen like Red Skull. Why am I forgetting all this?
It wasn't the original Red Skull though. It wasn't the dude played by Agent Smith. There was some other Red Skull.
He sounded exactly like him though.
Yeah, no, I thought it was him, but every review I watched was like it wasn't even the same guy. I was all like, I thought it was. I thought
like, are you sure?
That wasn't Agent Smith.
All right, but back into the Spider-Verse.
Oh man, fucking Kingpin goddamn kills Peter. Oh, so fucking Miles goes to his Uncle Aaron's house. No, he doesn't. He doesn't go there yet.
No, he tries to call his Uncle Aaron. He's like,
he
sorry,
tries
I'm
to call
out of town for a few days.
So then he goes home.
His dad's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
He goes home and his dad's he's like, dude, I just gotta stay here tonight, dude. Like, cause the school he stays at, you stay there all week, and you go back home on the weekends. You live in like a little dorm and shit. It's like a kind of a boarding school, but it's not. But it is. But it's not. I don't know.
It looks like a very like prestigious private institution.
Yeah, dude, it's some sort of prep school, and it actually seems kind of dope. to be honest, dude, to like kick it like with your fucking classmates and shit all week, and then you go home and whatever, dude. And it looks like they like you could have whatever you wanted. They had fucking TVs and shit in their dorm. Dude, his roommate had a dope ass laptop, and like,
dude, did his roommate ever? All right, his roommate never sleeps
except that when he was
except for when they knocked him out.
Yeah. Because Miles was asleep that whole night after he got bit. He was tossing and turning, and his roommate was just fucking working his ass off, dude. Like, and that's why Miles sucks at school, because these kids are out there fucking just busting ass. Like they're just fucking popping Adderalls and fucking just
and his ways are not sleeping.
They're just popping Adderalls and fucking just fucking. He's out there fucking. He's like, dude, I need to get back. I'm just gonna be a graffiti artist my whole life. It doesn't even fucking matter.
I don't even want to be at this school. I'm trying to intentionally fail.
Yeah, that was so crazy, dude. He was all like, when she twisted that fucking true false on him, she's all like, dude, you got it all wrong on purpose, dude.
Right?
Fucking...
Like, okay, say if you gave a blind man a true false, what do you think? What score is he gonna get? It's like 50%. So the only way to get a 0 is to know all the answers.
She flipped it on him, and he's all like, God damn it. It's like, yeah. See, dude, like, if you're gonna play stupid, you gotta do it right, dude. You gotta get some answers right.
Right? You can't make it so obvious.
Yeah, dude. Like, even the dumbest kids didn't get 0s unless they just like didn't do it. They're like, oh, right.
Unless like
and those kids, and a lot of those times, those kids weren't even dumb. They just all like, dude, this shit's beneath me. Harumph.
Like,
I knew a lot of them in high school.
The people who would draw like flowers and shit into their Scantron.
Yeah.
It's like, how dumb can you be?
But he wasn't even in high school. This was in junior high too. Like they stressed that a couple times out the movie. That was just like that was a prep junior high. So like, and he got to go there because he was one of the smartest kids at his school, and then they just happened to pull his name.
Yeah,
they just happened to pull his name. His dad's like, "Nah, dude, just like, who gives a fuck?"
Still pass the entrance exams like everybody else.
Yeah. You still did it, man. Give me this motherfucker.
Aries, you think you could chew louder?
Over there and he takes his name.
No, but then they like go to the next day. It's like Miles goes into this like store, and there's Stan Lee, of course. He's like,
"This is where Miles has his costume for like
most of the movie."
Yeah, like 3/5 of the fucking movie. He's rocking this fucking like Halloween Spider-Man costume. Stan Lee, they give Stan Lee a dope ass fucking cameo in this, dude. It's fucking
like, what if it doesn't fit?
No,
don't worry.
No, before that, they could do a sad one. They do a sad one, and then it instantly goes to funny real quick because he's talking about Spider-Man because Spider-Man had just died yesterday. They had like a big ass funeral for him.
No, they hadn't done.
The funeral's about to happen, right?
Yeah.
So Spider-Man just died. It was announced all over the news and shit. Stan Lee's all like, "Yeah, I'm really gonna miss him. We were friends, you know." And then and then he's like, "Is the costume gonna fit?" He's like, "Oh, it will eventually. They all do." And
then they like the camera moves over to like the sign is like, "No returns or refunds ever."
It's like underlined, fucking ever.
Under no circumstances. And then he gets his costume is like half his arm is like not even in it, like it only goes down to like maybe like just below the knees.
Yeah, dude, it's totally for. But then he did grow. He did grow like a couple inches taller when he got bit by the spider overnight.
Yeah,
because he was already flooding before, like just because he had his pants rolled up.
Mm-hmm.
But then after he got bit and he put his pants on, he's like, "Holy shit! I think I went through puberty." And he kept on like saying that, like when he was running down the street, he's like, "I went through puberty." It's like in one of those yellow fucking text boxes. Yeah, dude, a little narration box. Yeah.
Then like he swings by like the funeral and shit, and then there's like this speech by Mary Jane where it's like, "My husband, blah blah blah," like it could have been anyone under the mask and all that. And then she goes and like I don't remember all of it, but it was very inspiring.
It was inspiring for Rocket. He needed to hear that. He's all like, "Yeah, dude, she's talking to me or whatever."
And then the dude next to him was like, or like the dude next to him was like, I don't think that she meant you
They were all
specifically,
inspired
but
costumes.
Yeah, because I actually that does happen in the Miles Morales, like the original like Ultimate Comics run, like because he does become Spider-Man after Peter Parker dies, and then he's now with them. So then he's a Spider-Man, and he does befriend Mary Jane and Aunt May or whatever, and they help him coach him around with fucking how to become Spider-Man and shit better and shit. So like that actually is a thing that's in the comics. So like that was, but so we probably will, if there is another one, dude, we probably will get some of that, dude. Like, cause there's gonna be a flash forward in time for sure. Like he's gonna be a way doper Spider-Man, cause once he fucking got confident, dude, in being Spider-Man, dude, he was the shit, dude.
like he was the best Spider-Man. He's been doing this shit for like 2 days, and he was already like outdoing fucking Gwen and Jake Johnson.
Well, because for one, he's got 2 extra powers, dude. He's got the Venom fucking strike, and he's got invisibility. So, like, because that's what happens now. Because now he's at Peter Parker's gravestone. After he sneaks out of college, or not college, fucking school again. He's at the fucking gravestone. He gets snuck up by fucking Jake Johnson, Peter Parker, Peter B. Parker. And then they do his whole thing or whatever, and how he's a burnout Spider-Man. And he's fucking hit. Mary Jane left him.
Aunt May died.
Fucking. And he just lives in a shitty little apartment by himself, dude, eating pizza and cries in the bathtub while the shower's running, wearing the Spider-Man suit. And then I gotta go grab this pizza and continue.
Okay. So Miles accidentally stuns Peter B. Parker, and just so happens that a couple of cops are walking by. Is like, "What are you doing over there?" So Miles panics, grabs Peter B. Parker. We get this whole thing where Miles is like doesn't know what to do, so he's like trying to run. He's like grabbing and like dragging Peter B. Parker, and he grabs like his wrist and like starts web slinging, but he doesn't know how to do it. So he's just like swinging, but dragging Peter B. Parker around. Peter B. Parker's like face is like being drug against the ground, like
and the walls.
And like, and his head goes like right into Peter Parker's gravestone, knocks him out again because he's like starting to wake up. It's like, what's going on? Then we get this whole like other chase, or like next part of the chase sequence where they're connected to a train, and he's like, Miles doesn't know what the fuck to do, and Peter, Jake Johnson, Spider-Man is still knocked out, but they get like dragged across like a cop car, and it's like, we got a kid dressed as Spider-Man dragging a homeless guy's corpse.
Yeah.
So the cops just go whoop whoop or whatever the sound a cop car makes. I'm not really sure. I haven't heard it in a while. So they like wind up getting away. So it goes into like Miles Morales has Jake Johnson Spider-Man tied up in a boxing bag, like all those ropes and shit, and he's like trying to interrogate him. So it makes all these dumb guesses. Are you like, what were they? He eventually like gets to the conclusions like, you're from an alternate universe, blah blah blah, all this. And Jake Johnson Spider-Man was like, was that all just a guess? He's like, I learned it in physics. Oh my god. Then we get this whole interaction between Miles and Spider-Man where he's like, don't watch the mouth, watch the hands, and he gets away from and he unties himself, and then he just starts walking out. So Miles is like following him, like trying to guilt trip him or whatever, and like trying to explain the scenario. And Peter B and Jake Johnson Spider-Man's like, ugh, there's always a thing like that. Everybody's always gonna die or whatever. So Miles just eventually like stops walking with him, and just like hangs on the side of a building. So Jake Johnson Spider-Man's like, what are you trying to do? It's like, trying to make you feel. Are you trying to make me feel guilty? He's like,
y'all should split those halves and half because one of this one was actually baked better. It was on the bottom rack. So
and that's what he wants to do.
That's fine.
That's what I would do, man. So like,
It really doesn't matter to me.
because this one was, I thought this one would be better because this one was on the stone it was like heating in the oven the whole time. So I thought that one was gonna be better. But that was crispier. So, is where we at?
Jake Johnson Spider-Man started to feel guilty.
Oh, dude, when they're on the when they're doing that cool transition on the rooftop or whatever. Oh man, or not on the rooftop, but on the walls of the building, on the sides of the building.
Yeah.
They're walking on different buildings, and it's man, that was cool. Okay, so he takes them in, and he's all like,
"Sorry, bro."
He's like, "Man, this goober's broken, anyways."
So now I gotta like re-steal what your Spider-Man stole.
Y'all suck.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, you just eat some at a time and not like, like.
That was a great question.
Yeah, there's probably a better way to do that. Then he's like, fuck, where were we?
This is the whole guilt trip session, so they make the plan to go. He's all like, we got to figure out. He's like, we're gonna do what I would do. We're gonna find the head scientist. He's like, oh, that's the chick on the bike with the. He's like, okay, that's fucking. And then he makes a comment about how he was going to stereotype the dude that was at the computer that would be the head scientist, whatever. So
then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have. He's like, that's not technically hacking.
They make up this whole plan to fucking break into. What's that tech place called? I don't know. It starts with an A.
Amatech or whatever.
Something like that. They go in there.
It's like, oh, I thought we were gonna like swing there. It's like, no, I'm not gonna swing to New Haven.
Yeah, they take the bus. That's just hilarious. They take the
because he just ate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They went to the diner. And he ate all the burgers. So they just fucking dine and dash, dude. They don't say how anybody paid for that shit. I don't think Miles has any money.
Well, he especially doesn't have any money because he didn't. I don't think he left any, or like he had any when he left his dorm. I mean, I guess he kind of had to.
He bought that Spider-Man suit. Yeah.
He said you're paying for this, right? And then ate Miles' burger too.
Yeah, he was like totally being a dick. Like this Spider-Man is totally just like a burnout dickhead, and he's like apparently this is like everybody's favorite version of Spider-Man.
I mean, I'm sure he's better than the comics.
From the reviews I saw on this, I was like, they're like, oh my god, dude, this Spider-Man, they finally got Spider-Man right. And I was like, you guys say that every time. You're like, Tobey Maguire, all right, and then Andrew Garfield came and it was like, all right, dude, and then fucking Tom Holland. They're like, all right.
Okay. Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker.
Andrew
Garfield was a great Spider-Man.
I don't even see how fucking Tobey Maguire has a job.
Okay, Tom Holland was the best blend of both.
Tom Holland's cool. They should have gave him a better Spider-Man movie. Like everybody that was in the movie was great, but the script was just weird.
Oh, for Homecoming?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but like everybody that was in it was great. So it was all like, all right, everybody did their jobs well.
Mm-hmm.
So like this movie is weird. Tom Holland was like 5 years old when the fucking Tobey Maguire movies were out, though. He couldn't have been Spider-Man back then.
Yeah.
Because what is he like? Isn't he only like 19, 20 years old?
I have no idea.
Playing a 15-year-old kid. Was it like so? Fucking Miles is only like 13 or whatever. Gwen Stacy's 15 months older than him. While you're eating, that's weird.
I'm taking a break.
Barely said anything.
Huh?
Never mind.
Yeah. He still jump in when he feels like he wants to jump in. Don't fucking rush him.
Okay.
You all know way more about this than me. I know like the basics stuff.
You saw the same movie we saw, dude. That's what we're talking about.
You guys are referencing stuff like from other like comics and stuff. I'm like,
yeah, I guess you're kind of right. Yeah.
All right.
Man.
So then they're like in the place. Like Peter's just like, all right, I'll go through all these steps. And he's like, what am I gonna do? All right,
you're gonna hang out
step
here.
7. You're gonna hang out here and be like a century or whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna be fucking lookout. It's very important. And he did his job right because he was looking out and he saw Kingpin pull up and get out of that SUV that there's no way he could fit in.
Like he was the size of this SUV.
So he gets out of the SUV and he's like, all right, dude, I gotta fucking boom, I gotta go. And so he does. He finds Peter in the vents. Fucking runs right into his ass, dude. They should have done a fart joke, dude. They should have, dude. I would have.
Dude, fart jokes are lowbrow comedy. They're never good.
Dude,
this movie was so.
Just seeing a little bubble saying "oof" or a "poof" or something like that, dude. Because it would have fit perfect in this movie.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of seeing it. Yeah.
Because this movie had comic book shit all over it, dude. Like if a person was thinking, you'd see it like written out sometimes.
Oh, like when Miles was like first getting his powers.
When he's first getting his powers, he's like, "Why am I thinking so goddamn loud?
Why am I so loud?" Dude, we didn't even go into like the first like interaction between Gwen and Miles when he like right after he got his right. Oh yeah, we kind of did.
He's got his hair and shit. Like he was sweating. She's like, oh yeah. And she was all like, he's like, I think it's puberty. She's like, you don't know what puberty is, you know. And then she fucking, I thought, because there was a slip in the animation because when she does that shit with the backpack and flips him, dude, he's not grabbing her hair at all.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So little airs. We'll let them have it.
There's no.
So then they're like, they find the office where like Kingpin and like the head scientists are talking, and Peter's just like, okay, all these scenarios are the same. Like you get used to them. All right, next he's gonna say you have 24 hours, and Fist is like, you have 24 hours.
He does it. He calls him right out on it. And then he goes back and then he reneges. He's all like, "Oh yeah, everything she was saying was actually pretty bad, dude. Space-time continuum shit. Yeah, that none of that's good. Whatever." Because before he's all like, "Oh, she's just saying basic fucking shit." He's doing the little fucking like talky mouth hand thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, dude. So then when you're in her office, dude, you get all sorts of Easter eggs that she's Dr. Octopus, dude. Like everything is in like an octagon. Like all her chandeliers are octagon. Her glasses are octagon shaped frames. That stuff I noticed the second time I watched the movie. The first time I watched it, I was all like,
See, I didn't pick up on any of that shit.
The second time I watched the movie, I was all like, oh shit, yeah, there it is. It's all there. Yeah, dude. Fucking it's everywhere.
Oh no, your dog will eat.
No, I'll fucking bitch slap him. Set it right there on top of fucking Steve Harvey.
All right.
There you go.
Don't worry.
I bought an Inquirer one day. I was going to do a review on it.
And of course, like Miles like leaves the vent that he's in when Peter goes down. But he has like no control of his power. So he's just like stuck on the lights and they're like swinging and it was like,
then he starts fucking singing Post Malone songs, and he's like, "All right, I can do this. I can get down." But that actually teaches him how to calm because throughout the rest of the movie, he actually can control his stickiness. So like that's the way he learned how to can do it. Like he doesn't have to sing Post Malone, but that was just like he actually just understood the concept of like actually just calming down relaxing your fingers. Because Gwen was trying to tell him that the same time too that Peter B. Parker was telling him. when he had his hair, she's like, just relax your fingers,
just let go.
Oh my god, dude, that'd be so fucking weird,
right? No, but then like, of course, Miles falls and like makes a noise. So here comes Olivia. She like comes back into her office. She's like, "Oh, Spider-Man! I thought you were dead."
Yeah, because this is right when you find out that Spider-Man can Miles Morales Spider-Man can turn invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to he's typing in Olivia's password while fucking Peter B. Parker's trying to run game on Olivia.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, no, I'm not having this. And then she just takes her jacket off. And she her octopus arms are the shit.
Right.
But they also showed those in Peter B. Parker's original story or whatever, when he's fighting all his enemies or whatever. Not Peter B. Parker's, but Chris Pine Peter Parker. When they're showing his original flashback when he's fighting all his enemies, they show one scene where he's getting punched by one of those like air suction gelatin whatever arms that she has.
Yeah, I want to know the material.
They show him getting punched. This is one of those scenes. That's something I noticed the second time. I didn't notice it the first time because I didn't know what it was the first time when I watched it, because you don't find out what it was until later. So the second time I was like, oh shit, cool. So it was actually really cool seeing the second time, because there's a lot of stuff that you pick up on that you wanted the first time, because it all adds up later in. Kind of like when I saw that magician movie.
The Prestige.
No, Now You See Me. Yeah, when you watch it a second time, dude, and you watch the Hulk's character, Mark Ruffalo's character, like you get it the whole time, like why he's doing everything. You just like it all adds up. Yeah, it all adds up. The whole like every little reaction. Like when there was one scene where someone's talking shit about his dad, but you don't know that it's his dad yet. But he like reacts like really fucking like, oh, don't talk, like. Well, so then when you watch it the second time, it's like, oh yeah, see, dude, you're talking shit about his daddy, dude. Like, he doesn't fucking play. So there's just some good movies that have good rewatchability, and this one definitely does. It's actually my favorite movie in a long time. I give it the best movie of 2018.
Maybe.
I give it definitely fucking best movie of 2018. And then so we're in the lab, dude, and even this is another chase scene that's intense, dude. When fucking Peter's when Miles is escaping with the computer, and then Peter starts having to fight Olivia, dude. Fucking oh my god, dude, Doc Ock.
I like how they still managed to fit some levity, and it was like, I got good news for you, kid. You don't have to take the monitor.
Yeah. I was thinking that the whole time, the first time I watched the movie. I'm like, you don't need everything, dude. You just need the computer, man. You're already logged in. and if you're not, dude, fucking Peter remembers the password, so.
Yeah, but how do you find anything in that desktop?
They did eventually, dude. When they got Penny Parker's help, dude. Oh, so yeah, dude. When they're running through the laboratories, dude. Everything's like glass. Everything's glass, like floors, glass windows. She's just smashing through shit, and everybody's escaping. This whole fucking thing is super intense. It's like, whoa, dude. Like, and then he stops being an invisible. And then she fucking comes in on him. She's like, I didn't know he had an invisible friend. And then fucking boom, fucking Peter fucking webs him. Fucking slings him around. Oh my god, dude!
Then they get into the cafeteria, and it's like, oh, Spider-Man, and they all like decide to just like bring out guns. And it's like, they didn't care that he was holding the computer. They're like, he took a bagel.
Oh yeah, he takes a bagel, and then Peter tosses the bagel to Miles. And then fucking Miles launches the bagel, and it smacks the professor in the head and it says bagel when it hits him in the head. And it's they just fucking boom, they smack him. They get out. They're escaping through the woods, dude. And Peter gives Miles one of his web shooters, so now they both just have one web shooter. And
that touching moment where Jake Johnson Spider-Man was teaching Miles how to fling. It was like, all right, double tap to let go and whip.
Oh yeah, we're not there yet though. Because
no,
we're still getting chased down by the fucking gunman, and he's like, "I'm better at running than swinging." He's like, "Well, you're gonna die if you're gonna swing out of here." And then when Gwen Stacy comes in, like,
no.
No, yeah, they're still fucking, and Olivia's still coming. You're right. Olivia's still coming, dude. They beat down Olivia once. Dude, she keeps coming. She does not stop, dude. This Doc Ock is fucking more terrifying than any fucking Doc Ock ever. Apparently, Doc Ock was awesome when he was Spider-Man.
Yeah, the superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Gets Peter's life on.
Apparently, he was turning Peter Parker's life to be. He was like the shit, dude. Like, he was making him awesome. Oh man, so yeah, dude, this Doc Ock is like the most terrifying shit, dude. It's like she is scary. And, like, she's got these big ass glasses, dude. She's fucking, those arms are weird looking, dude. They just come right out of her back, dude. They can just retract, and they're just weird. They're like, we don't know what they're made out of. They're just like the weirdest things. And she just keeps on coming. She can rip trees in half with them, dude. Like, she's fucking terrifying, dude. she's just coming nonstop until fucking Gwen Stacy comes in. And fucking boom, she ties up fucking Peter and Miles, like we said before. And then she just comes in and beats the shit out of fucking Olivia and fucking gets the laptop. It's like, she's like, hey. And then they have all this time to like introduce each other and fucking like chat it up. And then they're like, all right, let's go. And so they dip. And then they go to Aunt May's house.
I was not ready for badass Aunt May.
Yeah.
I was totally not prepared for it.
Aunt May's all like, yeah, I was waiting for you guys. Come on. Like, you go into her shed and fucking, apparently fucking Chris Pine Peter Parker has a bat cave like underneath his whole neighborhood. Cause like, dude, that shit is huge. Like, he's got like all the fucking toys, but the real life, like the life size versions of them, like the shit. Like, he's got the spider Jeep, the spider cycle. You know, he's got every spider suit that he's wore. He's got the one in the video game. He's got like all sorts of other ones.
The one in Infinity War too.
Oh, the Iron Spider.
Yep. Yeah, that one in there. I noticed.
Iron Spider's important.
Yeah, it is.
Because and actually in the comic books that suit was introduced during Civil War when Tony Stark was all like, hey, I need you to fucking be on my side against Captain America. And he's all like, I'm gonna give you this suit. He's like, but you gotta fucking
reveal your
identity. I got that shit over there somewhere. And he does, dude. He's like, I've been Spider-Man since I was 14 years old, and yada yada yada. And then Jameson oh my god, dude, Jameson. He's like, I fucking treated that goddamn kid like a son. And this is the shit he pulls on me. Oh my god, this shit is great. We don't get any of that because we don't get Iron Spider until after Civil War, and we get it in Infinity War or whatever. Yeah. And so, but yeah, so there was all sorts of shit. Then there was the one where he had the Eye of Agamotto. He had the Doctor Strange shit, and then Miles was all like, he's wearing a cape. Because earlier Peter's all like, we don't wear capes. Capes are gay as fuck, dude. Get out of here. We don't do that shit.
So then we're like, so they're going to know we're coming and we're going to be completely outnumbered. And then Aunt May's like, I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Yeah, we got all sorts of Spider-Man. Dude, like, and here comes Nicolas Cage. Here comes Nicolas Cage. Here comes, because that's all he is. He's just Nicolas Cage. And then here comes Penny Parker, and here comes Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham had the best origin out of everybody because he was a spider that got bitten by a radioactive pig, and even so, but it's hard to catch because Nicolas Cage and Penny Parker and Spider-Ham, they're all talking at the exact same time and telling their origins at the exact same time, and it's in 3 separate little panels. But you got to be watching all 3 and paying attention. But yeah, they show. And when everyone's all like, "I got bit by a radioactive spider," you can hear his say, his panel says, "Pig."
I didn't.
Look at boom.
I heard that, but I thought he was a pig that got bit by a radioactive spider. So
No.
that does catch you off the first time.
Yeah.
That caught me.
But that's how it is in his comic book too. His comic book is older than any of those. His comic book's older than Spider-Man 2099. It was like in Spider-Ham, some like old school fucking shit, dude. I've seen an issue of it at the A State Street Antiques Mall one time, and I almost bought it, but I thought it was like at the time I thought it was like the stupidest shit ever. But now that bitch would be worth some money, like because now because he actually had some recognition in the old I can pull him up in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon as well. Spider-Ham. Ultimate Spider-Man. Because they did a whole Spider-Verse thing in that areas right here. It's fucking. Here's a badass picture of him right there. Boom. Just being that dude. Because they did a whole Spider-Verse thing in that show, and it was actually really solid. And they did one in the 90s cartoon that was really good.
Yeah.
When whatchamacallit, do you remember the 90s cartoon? The Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Dude, Madam Web, where it was voiced by Stan Lee's wife, Joan Lee.
Really?
Yeah. Madam Web, they did a whole Secret Wars thing where he fucking got fantastic. He summoned the Fantastic Four and the X-Men to fucking help him out. Well, Storm, and he had Iron Man, Storm, and the Fantastic Four all on his fucking side because like boom, he was like, oh my damn dude, this fucking Spider-Man's got the squad, dude, like. Spider-Man had the squad, dude, and then they turned Lizard on their side too. So he's all like, "Oh, I got fucking even more of the squad," because they make fucking he's the Lizard, but he's Dr. Connor's mind and shit. Yeah, so it's like boom. But then after that, they do the whole Spider-Verse thing where they go into Metal Spider-Man's world, where he's like super rich and he's married to Gwen Stacy, and he's like a Tony Stark. He's like a billionaire and shit. Because like in that reality, Uncle Ben never died.
In your pocket.
In that reality, Uncle Ben never died, and Peter was just like, so he just always the shit. And then at the same time, he's getting traced down by a fucking Peter Parker Spider Carnage. Spider Carnage was the shit, dude.
Pull him up. I need to see this.
You want to see Spider Carnage?
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
I do not remember that at all. Then again, I didn't see every episode of the Spider-Man animated series. I saw like some of them.
This dude is the shit. Spider Carnage is awesome.
Wait, what series?
This was the 90s show.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like the newer, one of the newer shows.
Oh, dude, here's a good drawing of him right here. Dude, Spider Carnage is awesome.
God, that suit is the shit. If I don't get that in the next Spider-Man game, I'm going to demand a refund.
Oh, man. Yeah, you got to get Spider Carnage. Yeah, dude. His voice is awesome and everything, dude. Dude. I'm sure someone could mod it.
No, I don't think that game can. I don't think.
It can be modded. It's just gonna take time.
See, that's probably what it would look like right there in that game.
Oh, that looks pretty dope.
That's probably what it would look like. Oh, there's an action figure.
Oh, look what Tim needs to order now.
No, that's just Ben Reilly's Spider-Man.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Ben Reilly's Spider-Man. Oh, there's one right there though. I gotta let my dog out. Continue. Where was we at in the movie?
They were in the spider cave.
Spider cave. Oh man, they introduced everyone. Harry, come on. Where you gotta go? I'm gonna lock you out of that room. Get out. No, Harry, get out.
So they're in the spider cave,
Get
and
out.
like everybody is like acting like Miles isn't ready and shit. Well, she wasn't.
He wasn't. They were right. They're like, you're not ready. They're like, everyone's kicking his ass. It's so funny, and they're like talking shit to him while they're kicking his ass. It's like so.
And they're like, get up, Miles, get up.
But then Peter tries. Before the kicking his ass, Peter's trying to talk him up. He's all like, yeah, he can do all this shit though. He can fucking Venom strike and he can turn invisible.
He's like,
and he's like, do it. And he's like, I can't do him.
I can't do it on command.
I can't do him, man. I'm sorry. So then he's all so then everyone starts kicking his ass, and then Gwen Stacy's all like, he has potential or whatever, and then she starts kicking his ass. And then so then he just leaves. He turns invisible and leaves. And then Peter says like, see, I told you he could turn invisible.
No, they're like having the group huddle and they're like talking about him. It's like,
oh yeah, that's
we're
why
talking
yeah.
about him when he can see us.
Yeah, Nick Cage is us all like, he's looking right at us while we're talking about him.
Dude, Nick Cage in that movie was a breath of fresh air.
Oh my god.
I mean, all of it was great, but the first time you hear Spider Noir talk, it was like, wait, is that Nick Cage?
Right away.
It's the same thing with like the Teen Titans Go movie when Nick Cage was Superman.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh fuck! I didn't even notice that. Oh, so yeah, then the Spider Cage. Oh, he leaves. He's like, "Fuck this shit. Everyone sucks." Well,
then he goes to his Uncle Aaron.
Yeah. This one he's at his Uncle Aaron's house. He's
like writing him.
He's writing a note. Yeah, and that's when he comes. And then Uncle Aaron comes in, but it's not Uncle Aaron. It's the Prowler. The Prowler comes in. He's on the phone with Kingpin. Well, he's fucking tracking down. He's like, dude, someone's in here. He turns invisible. You can't see me. But fucking, I don't know how the settings in dude's goggles work, dude. Like, are they like mentally controlled? Like, I
don't know.
Do I turn on infrared now and turn on night vision now?
I have no idea.
Because after he escaped through the window, he didn't do anything with his hand or anything. This next thing you know, he can see fucking infrared.
Right.
You know, like.
Is that the dog?
Yeah, that's Aries. Aries, stop being an asshole.
I started just crying and shit, dude. I was like, do you want to go potty? And he was like, I don't want to hang out with you guys. Well, he wants to sit in that chair, and that's not going to happen. Dude,
like, love me, Dad.
This is not going to happen.
So then, like, Prowler's getting a call from, like, the kid's out there, Mr. Kingpin. I'll find him.
There's Ultimate Spider-Man version of Spider Carnage, I think.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
I think that was the Mary Jane version. I'm not sure.
Okay, so then we get like another chase sequence where Miles is running away from his uncle.
Oh yeah, this one is dope. Like the scariest one. Right?
And again, he pulls out a goddamn bike out of nowhere.
Knocking over mailboxes and shit.
Mm-hmm. Winds up causing all sorts of havoc in traffic. Like, There were at least 10 fatalities in this chase just from traffic alone.
Dude, yeah, they're like flipping through fucking semis and like, oh my god, dude, it was crazy. Miles is like, oh, dude, they're going through this shit all night because the first thing you know, dude, he just ends up at Aunt May's house like first thing in the morning.
He escapes from Prowler because Prowler does like the thing on the bike where he tries to like go under.
Oh yeah.
And the next you see him, he's on like on the roof of a building watching Miles run away.
Yeah, and he's headed towards Peter Parker's house. He probably went home, read that note, but they never referenced it at all.
Yeah, like even when Prowler's on like the screen, you never see the note again.
Yeah. You gotta go potty? No. Yeah, so like so he probably went home, read the note, whatever, fucking geared up, and then because next thing you know, Miles is running. He's at
Aunt
May's house. He's like, dude, my uncle's the Prowler. He tried to kill me. Nick Cage like, dope backstory, man.
This origin story is so dark.
Origin story's dope. It's good stuff, man. You're already a Spider-Man. You're
Then they're
getting
like,
there.
were you followed? He's like, no, I don't think I was. And then there's a knock at the door.
Dude, it's like a tombstone. No, it isn't. It's
a lady with 8 arms.
Yeah,
it was
Olivia. Then Tombstone comes in through the kitchen. It's all
and then there's fucking Scorpion.
Scorpion is so scary in this movie.
Like, oh my, his Scorpion suit was like, oh my god.
I love the old school Scorpion suit, dude. That's what I want. That's what I want to see in a movie is fucking
sort of that green suit bullshit. What is it with Spider-Man villains in green suits?
I don't know. Scorpion. Oh, where's the one I had? This one's really close to it. This one's old school comic book right there. That's nice. That's one I want to see. Oh man. Yeah, dude, there's a good one right there. There's a good one right there. You didn't look anything like that in the book or in the movie.
Yeah.
This dude was terrifying, dude. Let me see if I can pull him up in this movie. Spider-Verse. There's an action figure of him. That's the closest thing right there. It's like
right? That looks so dope. Awesome, but terrifying at the same time. Is like,
and he speaks like Spanish or some shit, dude. He speaks in some language. I was like, but he barely talks. So you're like, you know, one time it translates it for you, and then after that then sometimes he doesn't speak in Spanish. Sometimes he speaks in English. So it's like.
So of course this confrontation devolves into a brawl, and Aunt May is like, "Can you guys take this outside?
Yeah, dude.
Please."
She smacks Tombstone outside. She's able to smack Tombstone outside, but he ends up getting back. Like they're tearing the fuck out of it. Then Prowler comes in, dude. So like, oh my god.
I liked it where they have Aunt May in the center of the shot. Then like, bam, 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 Spider-Ham breaking a plate over his head.
And she's getting mad.
Oh, she is so pissed.
You're watching the whole time. It's like, and you're gonna see her face just change into like getting from like just
like
at first it's from being annoyed, then it's getting pissed off.
It's like, I told you to take this outside, and she smacks Tombstone like across the back of the head with a baseball bat.
Yeah, it was just insane. It was unnecessary. Like they were just like. And Nick Cage, because at first, like before she even said, like she's like, "Take this outside." Nick Cage is all like, "You don't choose the
location or whatever."
Oh yeah, oh man, he said something really smooth, and it was like hilarious, dude. Just all like, "Come on, Nick Cage, dude, you're just being a dick."
Right.
You're doing this on purpose, though. Like Aunt May's been nothing but nice to you guys, dude. She's
Right?
been, like,
The least you can do is not get her house torn up. Like everybody, like her like next like 5 neighbors are all getting their houses torn up.
everybody. They had some really nice details, dude. When Miles was fucking climbing up through the roof, whatever, he's fucking smacking shingles down, and then Prowler comes in after him. And this is right when fucking Prowler snatches Miles up. And then Miles fucking takes his mask off.
No, he can't take his No, I think Prowler takes his mask off.
No,
like,
Miles took his mask
oh yeah,
off.
that's right, because Miles had a hand free and it's like, please, Uncle Aaron.
Miles took his mask off. He's and then fucking boom, he's like, oh fuck.
Like, God damn it,
bro.
So then he like lets Miles go
and fucking puts his mask back down. And you're like, what's he gonna do? And then he just backs off, and then fucking Kingpin shoots him. And then he tries to shoot fucking Miles. But this fucking Spider-Man comes in like, bah, bah, bah.
Yeah.
No, he's like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, all right, dude, I'm on it. He grabs his uncle, and fucking brings him to the nearest alley that he can find.
And his uncle's like, I always wanted you to look up to me.
He's like, yeah, fucked up, bro. But you know, man, you're doing you
keep doing you or whatever.
Yeah, do this shit, man. This is like pretty cool, you know. So he's like, do this. And he's like, yeah, bet. And then fucking Miles' dad pulls up.
Not even knowing the situation. He's like,
yeah,
all right, put your hands up, blah, blah, blah.
Hands up, dude. He turns invisible, just fucking dips. And then he fucking Miles' dad, he's like, oh shit, dude, Uncle Aaron's like my brother's the Prowler. Oh, this is all fucked. Oh my god, dude.
Then he was like, he's mad, and then he's like, all right, everybody all units put an APB on a new Spider-Man. It's like,
yeah, there's all sorts of Spider-Man. So Miles goes home and he's fucking throwing fucking books and shit out the window. All this shit's getting tossed at him. Fucking all the Spider-Man show up. They're all like, "Yeah, dude,
we're gonna do this without you."
Peter Parker's like, "I said I'm gonna stay because you had to stay, but I decided I'm just gonna stay, and everyone else can go back home." He's like, "No, fuck that." They're like, "Dude, you're not ready. You can't do shit."
Did you remember the main part though? Is because he promised Spider-Man, so he wanted to do it.
Right? Yeah.
Because at the way beginning, he's like, "Yeah, I promise." When Spider-Man,
that's facts.
Was like, I'm not gonna watch another Spider-Man die.
Yeah, I think we forgot that. So that's like what kept him going.
Yeah, that was the whole beginning because he's all like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show you the ropes and I'm gonna do all this," and then he's dying. He's all like, "You gotta do this. You gotta save the day." And he's like, "I promise." He's like, the whole time he's all like, yeah. Every time he's trying to talk him into anybody into anything, he's just all like, "I made a promise to fucking the handsome Chris Pine blonde Spider-Man."
Hey man, Jake Johnson's Spider-Man has that rugged look.
Dude, yeah, he looks like me, dude. We're both fat.
Hey man,
we're not in the shape. We're not in our good prime Spider-Man shape that we used to
have. So then, like, Jake Johnson's Spider-Man is like, "Give me the goober. Don't make me have to take it from you." Miles is like, "No, I can do it. I can do it."
Right.
So Jake Johnson's Spider-Man just ties him up. Ties him to a chair and like gags his mouth.
That was when he was leaving because he said something.
Yeah.
He like walked behind and opened his hand and took it.
Yeah. No, that was when after his roommate saw them all and he was like,
yeah, he just fainted. Yeah, so he was knocked out the whole time they were doing the little speech thing.
Then so
then Spider-Man just ties him up, and then because this whole time, dude, Miles' dad is on his way to his dorm to tell him about how his uncle died and all this other shit, dude. And he's like, "Dude, we really got to get closer together because I do not want you, because I know your uncle was like one of your best friends, and I don't want you to die tomorrow too. You know, like I don't want you to be the next Prowler. You know, like." I think that he's gonna come in there and tell him all this shit, but he didn't have time, dude, because he's just all like, He didn't answer the door.
He
You
couldn't
could see his
answer the
afro.
door.
Yeah, I know he couldn't, but you could just see his afro fucking through the fucking light under the doorway. You can see his little afro poking. He's like, I know you're there, dude. I can see you fucking just moving around and shit. He's like, whatever, dude. I love you. You don't gotta say it, babe. They had that really beautiful heart to heart. You know, you're crying and shit, dude. It's nice. See, Joey was crying the whole time. I could hear him.
Dude, that was solid.
I'd buy it. You always seem like a little bitch.
And it's shot
Okay.
at the very end. It's shot really good. You have that fucking split panel.
Oh my god, that was so beautiful.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking. Oh man, it's nice. So then he fucking breaks out of that shit. He learns how to fucking Venom Strike. He gets the fucking emotional struggle he needs to learn how to Venom Strike. He said, breaks out of the webs. And then, boom, everything looks like he just jizzed everywhere. Spider jizz. Like,
his roommate wakes up for like 5 seconds, looks around, and is like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm going back to sleep.
This is the weirdest shit of my life. I need a nap.
So then Miles goes back to Aunt May's and goes back into the shed.
Sprays paints himself a costume.
No, Aunt May was like, fucking took you long enough.
Yeah.
And she sips her tea.
Yeah, but he goes in there, he spray paints himself a costume, dude. He was like,
yeah, he stole he took the original Spider-Man suit.
Yeah,
dope suit.
She gave him some web slingers that she made herself. Apparently, she knows how to do that
to fit him.
Yeah, they fit him perfectly, dude. They're probably just some old school fucking like the original beta models, you know.
Probably. I don't know. I think it was pretty clear that Aunt May is known for a while, so she probably involved herself in this shit just to make sure Peter stayed safe.
Well, in the comic books, yeah, he was Spider-Man for actually kind of a while, and then actually when the real Spider-Man died, he's like, no, I'm the real Spider-Man now, because I think he did do some of that bullshit too with the little fucking Halloween costume and all that stuff. I wonder if it's in
the
there.
Ultimates?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. All this seems like really honor of the source material.
It was cool. It was nice. It followed Ultimate Universe kind of. Here's an episode right here where Donald Glover voiced Miles Morales right there.
Dude, they really need to let Donald Glover do live action Miles. They never will though.
He's too old now.
Yeah.
But
I like how they gave him that little bit part.
He's the Prowler in Homecoming. When he mentions his nephew, he's like, my nephew's fucking blah 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 blah. They're he's in Donald Glover's the Prowler.
Oh, dude, they're probably gonna do something for them for Spider-Man Far From Home or whatever.
No, dude, that's all Mysterio, dude. Jake Gyllenhaal shit. And it's in London. The whole movie's in London, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything from it. I just hate that they announced it before they resolved Infinity War, that whole thing. Because that really kind of takes something out of Endgame. Where you're like, okay, I know everybody comes back. Why would you wait? Why wouldn't you announce these movies later? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
So now the whole fucking Spider Squad is fucking trying to infiltrate the Collider, and they're doing an all right job. And then again, ambushed by the Collider's launched, dude. They don't make it in time to fucking the Collider's launched. So now there's this whole fucking interdimensional battle that's going on between the Spider Crew minus Miles versus Olivia and Scorpion, and was Tombstone in there? Tombstone was in there.
I think so at some point. And a bunch of random gunmen.
A bunch of fucking gunmen. They're fucking. That's the most the Spider Crew would have been able to handle themselves if it wasn't for all these gunmen. But they eventually all get taken out. So then it's just a big battle. And then Spider-Man's about to plug in the fucking goober. But then Olivia comes in. She's like, fuck that. You can't do that shit. Bono, she's whooping his ass. But then Miles comes in. He's like, I got this shit, dude. Fucking boom, 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 boom. And then Kingpin comes in. He's like, no one's got shit. And he's all like, they're like, yeah, we do. And fucking, everyone starts going back home. And Miles doesn't get his kiss. You know, everyone goes home in order. Nick Cage is like, I'm taking this Rubik's Cube because it's the most fascinating thing on earth. And they show it. They show it in his end credit scene too. Like he's got a little fucking he's got it in like a glass bowl. Like it's fucking sitting there, and he's all like, just like, oh, oh my god. But yeah, like I think Nick Cage invents color in the noir universe. But so everyone starts going back to the respective universes, and Spider-Man's like, I'm gonna defeat Kingpin, and Miles is all like, no, the fuck you're not, dude. Like I got this shit.
Just
dude.
go home.
Like get this shit clear, dude. I'm Spider-Man now. Like,
And then he's like,
go home, dude. Go back and be a burnout in your fucking world. And he's like, all right, because he kicks his ass. They've been using this same trip move throughout the whole movie. Let's find out if you're ready. Noir does it on Spider-Man the first time, and then Peter does it on him the second time, and then Miles does it on Peter the third time. Like boom.
No, I think Gwen does it like two, like the third time. I think it's Miles on Peter the fourth time.
It would have been better if it was just 3 times. God damn it. But you know how fucking cinema works?
Comedy comes in threes.
Yeah. So they do that fucking kick or whatever, and he does it on him and he catches him. And he's like, all right, you better get the fuck out of here. And he throws him down. And boom. And Kingpin beats the shit out of Miles Morales, dude. Fucking just like boom, he's about ready to kill him. And then
he's talking all this good
and then
shit.
his family comes back. When I told you his backstory earlier, so I didn't have to tell it to you when it actually happened. His family comes back. They see him in the subway, in this subway that he can fit inside somehow. But when you see him on top of the subway, he's like as big as one of the cars. So like,
man, it's forced perspective. What do you want? What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, it's a bunch of interdimensional shit that's going on. But we'll let that slide. But they see his family sees him trying to kill Spider-Man again, so they're like, "Oh, let's get the fuck out of here." And Spider-Man's all like, "Is this what you want, bro?" He's still talking shit when Kingpin's about to kill him. He's still talking shit.
And then Kingpin starts talking all that good shit, like the real Spider-Man couldn't beat me. What the fuck makes you think you can?
And then Spider-Man's dad, because he's Spider-Man now, because he's the only Spider-Man left everyone else went back home. So now Spider-Man's dad is all like, "Get up, Spider-Man. You can do this shit, man. I got your back, man. Spider-Man's the shit." I didn't like Spider-Man before, because anytime you talk about Spider-Man before, he's all like, "Man, Spider-Man."
I don't like Spider-Man. I don't approve of
because the night Spider-Man died, Miles went home and he's all like, "Man, you really hate Spider-Man?" And he's like, he didn't know how to answer. And then Miles' mom is all like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'll talk to him." He's like, "Man, you know how I feel about fucking Spider-Man's bullshit." You know,
like, why you gotta make me fly to the board? I hate that motherfucker.
Fuck bitch ass fucking Spider-Man bullshit. You know, like
fuck that motherfucker.
And I was like, dude, that is Levi's is dead. You need to be on that same shit, dude. Something like, man, fuck you and your fucking video games and shit, man. Go out there and play some sports or some bullshit, man. Like, come on now. Video games, man, that's nerdy ass bullshit. I was like, dude, this is fucking road rash, dude. We're fucking racing motorcycles and beating the shit out of fucking people with chains and whips and fucking crowbars. This is the dopest racing game ever. Get the fuck out of here.
So then, like, Miles uses his, like, Venom strike on Kingpin and is like, "Yo, press the button for me on your way up."
Yeah, with the same Mackin move, that his uncle taught him. And he kind of did it when he was leaving the
shoulder touch.
The shoulder.
He didn't do the shoulder touch, but when he was leaving the lab with the laptop and all that shit, when he was leaving, he was all like, "Hey," but when he was leaving, so I think he was practicing because now he's got a little bit more confidence in him. He was practicing it.
Dude, the shoulder touch was so.
Because you got to get the voice down, when you do it.
Hey.
Yeah. That's what his uncle was trying to teach him. He's like, man, are you sure we're related? We're related. Oh man.
I can't have my nephew out there, no game.
1502. Hold on, I can't tell you my address.
You don't want your fans coming over?
Man, I don't know who listens to this shit.
Fans.
Mac Hesney. You live in Loves or Mac Hesney?
Mac Hesney.
It's not love, it's Louvre.
Louvre?
Luperk.
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 Luperk. Man. Yeah, so now the movie's almost over. Spider-Man's all like, everyone can be Spider-Man. He does his big inspirational speech after he beats the shit out of Kingpin. And he ties him up. He talks to his dad. He calls his dad first. His dad's like, "You're busy, huh?" And then he hangs up on him, and his dad's like, "Fucking T-Mobile." Fuck. I swear to God, that's what he said. He's like, "Fucking T-Mobile bullshit." Then fucking Spider-Man comes down. He's all like, gives his dad a hug, and he's all like, "I'm looking forward to working with you. You know what I'm saying?" He does this like totally generic fucking voice. He's like, "What the fuck, man?
I look forward to working with you." Like,
everyone's crying when Penny Parker's fucking robot dies. Like, who gives a fuck about her robot? Who gives a fuck about her robot?
The robot was the best part, you sack of shit.
Dude, that robot was a shit, but she's just gonna go back to her world and build a better one. And they show her doing it in her credits. Like, they show her building a better one, dude. The spider's like helping, like soldering shit, Because she's got mind control on this spider, and the spider, so like it can control. The spider was the pilot of that robot the whole time. That was cool with the shit, dude. And then Penny just jumps in to fucking do extra shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, dude. So yeah, I don't get why everyone was crying over that bullshit, dude. It was like, who cares?
It was sad in the moment.
She's just gonna build a better one. Like they try to make it extra sad in the movie, and it's like, no, you're not. That's not working for me. It's a little robot, dude, that she just built like yesterday. She probably has hundreds of these, dude. She probably has a bunch of those in her bat cave. Like. Because apparently her backstory is she was adopted by, what's her name? Uncle Ben and Aunt May.
Really?
Yeah. And because Richard and Mary never died or whatever, and they never have a kid or whatever, they adopt fucking Penny Parker or whatever, and she, whatever, like. So being Spider-Man, you have to be living with Uncle Ben and Aunt May.
I guess. I mean,
because Peter Parker in that universe isn't Spider-Man, dude. Penny Parker is, so.
Isn't she from like 21, like 35 or whatever?
Yeah, but it's the timeline is insane. It doesn't match up. It's all fucked up. The world's weird.
Mm.
You're gonna die one day.
Yo, man, I don't need that mortality.
You're gonna die one day.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna live forever.
So Spider-Man's how like anyone can wear the mask, but I'm Spider-Man. Fuck y'all. And he's like, peace. And then Gwen Stacy's like, hey, you want to hang out? And then it's over. And then it does this fucking awesome credit sequence. where it has like a whole like bunch of Spider-Man just doing all this weird Spider-Man shit. And then it shows stuff throughout the movie, like what they're doing in their own universes. Like they showed some Penny Parker stuff. They showed some Nick Cage stuff, like with the Rubik's Cube and everything.
That he finished.
No, I don't even think it was finished.
No, it was.
In the presentation, it was.
It was? Okay, so okay. Oh, yeah, that's...
He's like, I'm going to figure this shit out.
Hey, what's crazy, because I don't even think he can see color. I don't think...
He didn't know.
Yeah, I don't think he can... I don't think he can... Because he was asking, was like, is this purple? So I don't think he can see colors, or he doesn't know what colors are, you know? But... He's like, everywhere I go, the wind blows.
The perfect introduction for Spider Noir is like, where's that wind coming from? It's like, wherever I go.
He was fucking, he killed it, dude. Oh my god, Nick Cage is retarded. They hire him just because he's retarded too, dude. That's what's great about him. And they do all this shit. They do a shout out to Steve Ditko Stanley. Like boom. And then they do all the goddamn credits. You have to wait through all the goddamn credits to see the final one, where they have some hologram talking to Miguel. What's his name? Miguel O'Hara, the Spider-Man 2099. She's like, yeah, they didn't break the space-time continuum, but they did unlock a fucking gate through the multiverse or some shit like that. She's talking to him. I don't know exactly what she's saying, but she's like, boom, 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 boom. And I didn't see these the first time, because the first time I went with this foreign, like, old lady, that she didn't understand the concept that there's more movie after the movie's over. And she's like, instantly, she's like grabbing me to go out of the leave the movie. She's like, I go to the bathroom. And I was all like, yeah, but there's more movies. She's like, I go to the bathroom. I was like, ah. So I didn't get to see these. So this time I got to see the end credit scenes. I didn't get to see all the cool Spider-Man shit that was going on, you know, all the fucking. And I felt so bad for the people that sat in front of us when I was with her. Because as soon as anytime there was jokes about Spider-Ham or whatever, because there was that one part where Gwen Stacy's all like, oh my God, what a pig or whatever. And he's like, I'm sitting right here or whatever. Or I'm standing. And she would just crack up so fucking hard. And those people sitting right in front of us. And I was like, oh my fucking God, dude.
Like, Linda, stop.
Yeah. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm just mouthing to myself, I'm sorry, guys. She's just like, ha, ha, ha. Because you know she's like a fucking animal. And she just fucking, she's just so fucking loud all the time. I'm like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? She's like in love with me, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either. You're pretty crappy.
I told her, I was like, do I need time for all my other girlfriends too? She's like, okay. And she still wants fucking, like, she still wants me to fucking hang out with her all the time. You know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Better.
The grinder, bro.
So
Make shit work.
After all that discussion, oh yeah, so Spider-Man 2099 goes back into Spider-Man 67 world, and they're fucking just doing the meme, the Spider-Man pointing at himself meme, and he's like, "You're pointing at me while you're accusing me of pointing at you."
And the cop's like, "Didn't that one point first?" It's like, there's J. Jonah Jameson. It was Spider-Man who pointed.
They're doing this shit for like 3 or 4 minutes, like, and that's nonstop. Yeah, it's like, Spider-Man, like, it's Spider-Man that did it, and the cop is still like, dude, both fucking Spider-Man, dude, like,
right.
So they closed it out good. So after all that, dude, overall thoughts on the movie after that nice little retrospective.
Honestly, I'd see it again.
I loved seeing it again. That shit's got a lot of rewatchability because there's
Right.
probably still Easter eggs I missed the second time. You know,
that is a movie that is definitely being added to my collection.
I was looking up some on the way home, some Easter eggs, and I was like really surprised with some of them I didn't even like see. I was like, I didn't even
Did I
see
catch any of them that you mentioned
Yeah,
that
the
were on the
suits.
list?
The suits, that was interesting. They named all the suits and where they're from. I thought that was like, because I saw the two and I'm like, that's original and that's like the, you know, the other one.
The one I'm mad that's not in there is the Superior Spider-Man Octavius suit. That I wish that was in there because that shit looks dope, dude. It's an octopus instead of a spider, dude. It's cool, but it's still got the 8 fucking, you know, it's it looks cool as hell. So that was one suit I was mad that wasn't in there. And then there's one thing I'm also mad that's not in there, but they'll probably bring him into the next one. Is at least one version of Scarlet Spider, either Kane Parker or Ben Riley. Either one of those, I want them in the either in the next one or whatever they're gonna do. And my boy UK Spider-Man. I need my either punk rock Spider-Man or I can pull up the action figure for this dude. Everyone can see what he looks like. UK Spidey. Oh, there he is right there, dude, kicking ass. That's basically what my action figure looks like.
Yeah. You know, before I bent it all to hell.
He's fully flexible. Yeah, dude. Oh man. Yeah, so UK Spidey's the shit. But there's also the that punk rock one that's I think he's a UK Spidey or he's a version of him. Oh, look, there you go. There we got him right there. Oh. The bottom of my feet aren't like that. But they probably didn't have time to. They're like, fuck it, dude. It's just one little fucking thing. The web shooters aren't the same either. There's that. There's your boy. They had that suit in there.
Yeah.
That was nice. Let me see if we can pull up all the Spider-Verse suits. What were some other ones that we might have missed?
I know they had the video game one. And they had like the Electro.
No, he said he was looking up all the Easter eggs on the way home. What were some other ones we missed?
I don't remember all the names of them.
They had like the high velocity
so like once we get past that, it will be better.
A lot of the suits are like recognized from the game.
I can pull you one or like the list up.
Oh yeah, because you get a bunch of suits in the game, don't you?
Yeah.
And does it have all their backstory and stuff in it, like too, like you can get info on them?
You know, I'm not really sure.
That'd be fun if it did.
I mean, when we plug in my PS4, we can log.
Oh hell yeah, we'll do that shit. Here we go. Here's the original Spider-Verse right here.
Oh, is that the Iron Spider? Oh, we got the spider armor like Mark 1 in the back there, and then we got
that's the rich Spider-Man where Peter or Uncle Ben never died. In the back there, right? That's the one where he never died. This is a Doc Ock Spider-Man. This is the Beyonder.
Wait, I thought Superior Spider-Man was like a late 2000s.
This is a Spider-Man with fucking 6 arms. This is a Spider-Man. He's just an actor in our universe. This Spider-Man right here exists in our universe. He's just an actor on TV. And then Spider-Man goes to his universe and he meets Stan Lee and shit. It's the last episode of the series. It's dope. But we're gonna close that out. My dog is crying. He's going crazy, and that's what's.
See, they had the advanced suit, the Spidey suit, electro-proof suit, MK1 suit, MK2 suit, Secret War suit, Iron Spider armor, stealth suit, And that's it.
All right.
You have all suits that are in the game.
All suits are in the game. We're gonna close this out. Do all the liking and subscribing and doing all that jazz. Check out the comedy that I posted earlier today. It's I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's it's kind of funny. And we'll see you guys next week or whenever. Dude, when are we gonna see Aquaman?
I think tomorrow.
Are we still gonna go see it tomorrow?
I don't know.
Without Laura?
Do you want to?
Not all the way out in Gurney, but
Yeah.
we could see it tomorrow before work.
All right. You want to do IMAX?
Yeah, I heard you gotta see 3D or IMAX, dude, because
Okay,
the effects are
well-
fucking like
Well, you start work at 4, right?
5.
5? Then we can go to the one at 1 o'clock. All right. Cool.
Hell yeah. Well, and I'll have a probably an Aquaman review for some of you guys soon too. I don't know. Check you later.